digital IDs to buy alcohol, a digital ID to buy a pint. Weren't these things just to stop illegal workers? Now you're going to need a digital ID to buy a pint down your local. Or wherever it is you decide to frequent outside of your pod, if you're allowed out. We'll get onto that in just a second. But should we have a look and see the propaganda and have a look at how they're selling this little ditty, shall we? Well, cue the festive music.
Right, mate?
Right, mate. Can I get a pint of lager, please?
Yeah, of course. Can I just see some ID?
Yeah, no worries. Just got this somewhere here.
Oh no, the embarrassment. Oh no, no. Oh no, he's dropped it all on the floor. The inconvenience and the embarrassment of dropping it on the floor. Can you believe it? If only he didn't need it. If only there was a digital option, something you didn't need that could drop on the floor and embarrass you in front of everybody.
Hi, can I have a pint of Christmas cracker, please?
Oh, and the cool guy from the state walks in. Can I buy a pint of Christmas cracker, please? What? Looks down at the idiot. Make sure you look right down at him, yeah, because he's a fool. He's the pleb. He's the idiot. He's dropped all his cards on the floor. You've just walked in.
Certainly. I know it's a surprise for everyone, but I don't get asked for my ID anymore. But for loads of young people, they get asked all the time when they want to buy a drink. So we're changing the law so that next Christmas, young people will have their ID on their phone, so they won't have all of the hassle of needing to get ID or leaving their ID at home, or their paper ID getting lost or damaged.
What? I mean, how does this even work?
Already 50 digital apps like this one. But what it means is that bar staff can scan to prove somebody's identity, and it doesn't give away any personal information. So it means that giving your ID is safer than it's ever been before. Changes like...
Yeah, sure. And what's really weird about this, I saw something almost identical in regards to this propaganda that I'm talking about, in regards to this real selling point of your digital ID to buy a pint, almost identical in Australia, the other side of the world.
These are going to create economic growth for our country, which is key to our plan for change.
There you are.
Great, thanks. You put it on the tab. So this means by next Christmas, buying a pint will be a little bit easier.
There's the pleb. He's back up. He's picked his ID up, the idiot. And now, well, he's going to get a grilling. Yeah, because it's one of these old-fashioned, odd bits of card. How dare you? How does this, I mean, how does it even work, guys? I mean, we've heard the selling points. We've heard how it, how they'd like it to work. But let's just put your mind back. If you my age or similar sort of age or a little bit older perhaps, cast your mind back a little further to your Friday, Saturday night out, although the Thursday night as well became the new Friday, didn't it? So just cast your mind back just a little bit further when you were clubbing and having a boogie and having a good time. Do you remember how busy it was? Do you remember how busy clubs were, how pubs were? I mean, they're being systematically destroyed. Yeah, let's get this straight. They're being wiped off the planet. I think this is all part of it. They talk a good game in regards to the economic growth attached to it. But really, hospitality, pubs, all the rest of it is being wiped out. But just set the scene. A Saturday busy pub, yeah? Well, everyone's flashing their phone. Please, sir, please, may I have my extra pint? And also, when you attach the, and that's what I mean, how does that even work? How are they going to do? I don't care. Obviously, the whole point of this is that it's just beyond stupid, right? But when you also attach the idea of your pints being limited and your consumption of things like alcohol being limited as well, which is, well, let's get onto that, shall we? This little ditty's been doing the rounds online, and like everything else, and so it should be, it's questioned about its authenticity, how real it is, but it is, in fact, real. This is a sandwich, as you can see. Sorry, Dave. I can't sell you that sandwich. You're over your carbon credits for the month, I'm afraid. And now the packaging's going to show you exactly where you might stand in regards to your carbon score. Sorry, Dave. I can't sell you that alcohol. You were under the influence when you posted wrong thing on your twatters. No more alcohol for you, I'm afraid, Dave. And however far-fetched this might sound in regards to it eventually being all linked with all your purchases, yeah, when it comes to the old digital ID and bringing everything together. And let's not forget, they've already talked about linking it in with your money and your spending and your purchasing power, because, of course, you need help with that, apparently. You can't handle your money, pleb. You need help with that. Well, here's your extra helping hand with that. You will also be able to be dictated to when it comes to what you can and can't buy, what you can and can't consume, because eventually this is what it's going to look like. Eventually your packaging is going to be telling you what your carbon score is, what your carbon credit is, what you've spent, and how much you've got left. And of course, it will also be linked in with your travel and all of it. And however far-fetched it sounds right now, I know that the very same people, and that's why I called the video, You Were Right. The very same people that have been right about pretty much everything else, yeah, in regards to telling you how things are going to be looking moving forward, are very likely to be right about this as well if the Mr. T. Blair wet dream comes into play. This is what it's going to look like. It's going to be attached to your digital ID, and you will be dictated to, and it will be all sold to you under the premise, under the idea that you are doing the right thing. Okay, you're doing the right thing. You're saving us. You're saving everybody. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. You know, there's people already willing to take that step with credit cards already out there that already track your carbon. People actually opting for it. This one, it will. It is the other warning. It will start out optional, right? Non-compulsory. Yeah, they're totally optional. It will start out like that, right? And then, well, very quickly, it will rapidly change. And this is what it will look like.
Fact 3. Back in 2010, we were heading for 4 degrees or even more of global warming. Today, it's around 2.6 degrees. Still not good enough, but progress nonetheless. So next time someone tells you we've made no progress on climate change, you should tell them they're wrong and get them to buy you a drink while you're about it. Thanks very much.
If you want to laugh, check out Ed's social media. It's the most cringe alert stuff you're going to see in a while, right? And yes, hey, I'm sure someone would buy someone a drink. Yeah. Hey, you're totally wrong. They are reducing the temperature by taking more money off you. Yes, yeah, you owe me a drink. Okay, yeah, let's go for that drink. You're over your carbon credits, mate. Yeah. Again, you sort of see it only gets better. I mean, literally, it only gets better at this stage, guys, because what they're also looking at is have a gander at this. Again, it will all be connected, all be attached. These are officials from the US who have, and it's more than one guy, more than one official that's been twattering about this. Right? This week, the UN is attempting to pass the first global carbon tax, which will increase energy, food, and fuel costs around the world. We will not allow the UN to tax American citizens and companies. Yeah, a new tax, a new global carbon tax. And I've heard our friends across the pond in the US are not always the biggest fans about taxes being imposed on them. And, well, I'm sure we all share very similar sentiments. However, I'd be a little bit more enthusiastic Let's say that. I'd be a little bit more enthusiastic about the UK in general when it comes to things like that if we hadn't have indeed signed up to lots of different things, lots of different connections and treaties and WHO this and, you know, and now talk of an extra tax because of the old global carbon. Now, I'd be more enthusiastic if right here in the UK we weren't already paying the highest prices for electricity in the world 2 years running. Yeah, to the idea that it's going to go up even more, I'd be more enthusiastic if I thought that that wouldn't be the case. However, and I really don't want this to be the case. I don't. And quite often, I know that the message that is portrayed here can almost seem a little bit negative. I accept that. But there's, in our future, things related to truth seem to be edging more towards negativity than anything else. So I apologise. I'll try and lighten things up with a little bit of humour. I hope you appreciate that, because it's just as hard for me as it is for you, I'm sure. But the truth connected to all this too is that I don't want this to be the case, but I don't think you're going to see another country decline as fast as you will the UK in the next few years. I just think that will be the reality. But chin up, because, you know, I think we should end on some positivity here. Again, all connected to the crazy, crazy message that you're going to continue to hear from people like Ed. But the government has been told to prepare for 2-degree warming by 2050. Where that comes from? Well, it will be the experts, the scientists. And am I the only one who is actually a little bit enthusiastic about that, in that I might be able to take my cardi off in September, perhaps? Yeah, I'm quite enthusiastic about that. Nice. Will there still be the absolute blanket of cloud with all of this too, as more solar panels are fitted everywhere, but there's no sun? Yeah, cool. That's good then, isn't it? But I'm actually quite enthusiastic about that. And if only their predictions were always right, because, well, accuracy, percentage, we don't know. We're staying optimistic. All right, we're staying optimistic, and as always, fully appreciate your support, guys. You can do that by checking out carlvernon.com, check out the merchandise, check out the best-selling books, and you have a marveloso day. Ta-ta.